Hi, my name is Zack.Campbell. I help people move in and around the Twin Cities every single day, and today I want to highlight some of the most affordable suburbs of Minneapolis. Whenever somebody tells me that they are in the price range of $150,000 to $200,000, that's what I would consider the lowest price range to be able to find a house, then I know that we're going to be going to North Minneapolis or East St. Paul in order to find this person any options. But sometimes people don't want to live in Minneapolis, they don't want to live in St. Paul, and they want to find a house in the suburbs. So let's look at a map and find out where can we find a house outside of Minneapolis or St. Paul for less than $200,000. We have a few options peppered around here in a few different locations. I generally think of the northern side of town as the side with the cheaper homes, and as you can see, we have a few in Columbia Heights on the north side, but we also have a few over to the west as well. But all three of these over here are being marketed towards investors as a rehab project or even a complete teardown. I know some people who are happy with a house as long as there's a roof and four walls, so just for fun, let's go visit one of these houses and see what we can get for our money over on the west side of town. Okay, here we are at the house in Plymouth. So this is an older house, smaller house, just like the rest of the ones on this block. But this is what you're gonna get for about $180,000 over in Plymouth. This is the most hospitable looking one out of the three that were listed over here in the price range. One of the other ones was a teardown. The other one was a short sale and looked to be in worse shape than this. But honestly, I was quite surprised how this one looks. I think a new carpet job could go a long way here. Then you got the basement down here. Unfinished, you wouldn't finish it. There's not really much room to do anything down here besides do your laundry. Older furnace. The water heater is, not new, but doesn't seem terribly old. I don't see any rust there at the base. There's no water coming out of either the furnace or the water heater. But now we're gonna go over to Columbia Heights and see what $5,000 more can get us over there. And I'm gonna guess that it's gonna be a little bit nicer than this. So right away, you can see the kitchen is much better in this house. Much more updated. But one thing I noticed right away is that the floor is definitely uneven. Walking from the door to here, I just walked up a hill. We have nice carpet here. More room for the laundry. The uneven floors is a thing throughout this whole house. Uneven at the threshold of the two rooms, uneven walking into this closet, and then walking up here we have a couple bedrooms. Same as last time. Not much down in the basement. You don't even have to go down there for laundry. That's this house. Now I'll see you back at my office. So that was two examples of what we can get for under $200,000. But again, that's the lowest end of the spectrum. So let's compare the sparse results of $200,000 to one more step up, $250,000. Okay, now we have something to work with. We have a lot more areas with some listings now, but as I said before, the north side of town always has the cheapest options, and that's apparent here. Columbia Heights still has the highest concentrations of listings, but now we have houses even further north as well. This is the Coon Rapids and Anoka area. In general, the further south you go towards the city, the more you're going to get for your money. And the further north you go, the areas will become more expensive. So I'm going to show you two more houses. The first one is in Columbia Heights again, only now at $250,000 instead of $200,000. And then we're going to go north to Anoka and see what kind of house we can get up there to wrap up the video. Okay, so here we are in Columbia Heights again. But now we're looking at a house where the list price is $250,000. Again, the last one was about $185,000. And this one you can tell is a lot more structurally sound just by walking around. The floors are even. We're not dealing with just the structure of the old house impeding our ability to walk without getting dizzy. Just more space in general. This one's a one-story. So all the rooms are going to be on the same floor. Nice sized rooms, nice hardwood floors. Then we have an unfinished basement again, but this one is a lot more usable than the other two. This is some good space down here, and I could see you even potentially partially finishing a portion of this and, you know, having a spot to hang out down here and not just use it for storage. Now we're gonna go up north to Anoka. The first thing that I notice is that the pictures look a little bit different than it looks in person. Namely, the floors looked a little bit more updated, whereas in person here, they're obviously older. You can hear that as I walk around. They're creaking, tons of paint splatters and discoloration. It could definitely use some carpet, or, you know, that would be the cheap option. The real thing you should do is just replace the hardwood altogether. And these appliances look newer as well. Here's a view of the kitchen. The tables are not real, but they do look nice all in all for this priced house. The sink looks pretty good. All things considered, I think it looks pretty decent down here. Some nice lights in the ceiling, decent family room. Smells a little bit damp, I think, so maybe some water gets in. And then here is another so-called bedroom, just a finished attic space. So now we know that the northern suburbs, Columbia Heights, Brooklyn Center, Coon Rapids, Anoka, those are the areas that are going to give us the most amount of options for the lowest price range. But I will tell you that if you're in that price range, it's probably going to be best not to be picky on the location, because if you're willing to live in the cities, or at least consider it, you're going to find yourself with a lot more options than if you confine yourself to the suburbs. I hope you found this video helpful. I do make videos every single week. At least once a week, I'll post a new one covering a wide variety of topics. So if you found this helpful, check back, and I'll see you next time.